16 celebrities have been battling to win the MasterChef crown. Now we're down to the final 3.
What is the point of being in the competition unless you're prepared to really go for it?
These celebrities have already reached the top of their profession.
But can they cut it in the kitchen?
You get into a competition to win it. At the end of the day, you want to win, I want to win.
I want to get my hands on the trophy 110%.
Cooking doesn't get tougher than this.
This is Dublin. A city celebrated for its generous hospitality and world-famous literary history. Today, Nick, Kirsty and Phil are travelling to their first challenge 30 miles north of the city.
I think the competition is wide open because you're only a challenge away or a task away from complete humiliation and failure.
It's as if the outside world has sort of ceased to exist. Countries are falling all around and I'm worrying about my soup.
I'm cooking things now that I would have never dreamed I could do before. It's all about confidence, isn't it? I'm getting to the point where I'm more confident. It's exciting now.
Welcome to Ireland. You are here at Patrick Howard's farm. Over 7,000 tonnes of potatoes are processed through here every year. Today, you are cooking for the workers of this farm. Each of you will cook 3 local recipes using the majestic potato. Lunch is at 12:30, and that is your kitchen. Good luck.
Thank you.
The celebrities have been given 9 potato recipes, including 2 potato desserts. Lunch is in just 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Irish food has always been about the community, and today we have local produce for the local people, and our guys have to make sure they do it justice.
Dublin Caudle. What have you got for your pudding? Lemon tart. That's lovely.
I don't know how to do lemon tarts.
To make their dishes, the celebrities have a selection of 7 different varieties of potato. Phil's 3 recipes are Durrus cheese and potato gratin, potato cake stuffed with lamb, and for dessert, he will use potatoes for the filling of a lemon tart. To do all this, he will need to prep over 4 kilos of potatoes.
I've got 4 kilos I've got to get chopped cubes, so I want to get that out of the way. Probably not the best chopper in the world, so it just takes me a lot of time.
Kirsty is making a black pudding and warm potato salad, potato soda bread, and a traditional Dublin coddle.
It's basically anything you have to hand. So it's onions and bacon and sausages and potatoes all into a big dish. And I'm just going to get everything in the pan and get it cooking.
Nick's 3 dishes are champ, salmon wrapped in straw potatoes, and a chocolate and potato hazelnut cake.
These are daring recipes we've asked our finalists to do here. I mean, some of these are highly unusual. Have you ever seen potatoes in desserts before? Using potato in a dessert makes sense because it's starch. It does exactly the same thing as flour, but it gives body to the cake and it'll also give body to that lemon tart.
The dessert takes nearly 2 hours in total with the cooling down and all that. So I wanted to get this one in first, obviously. In goes the potato, which is a little bit strange, but there we go.
Patrick Howard has been farming potatoes for 30 years. He's one of Ireland's 830 potato farmers who produce nearly 500,000 tonnes a year.
I'm expecting good potatoes today. I don't know what the chefs are cooking for us, but whatever they have, we're looking forward to it.
Guys, it's time to mash it up. You've got an hour and 45. You must be happy, farming boy like you.
I am happy, mate, but I'm worried. A lot to do, and I don't know quite how I'm going to get it all done in time.
Which is the most demanding then?
Well, it's just the prep, you know. I've literally just chopped my potatoes, and we're a long way in, and I've got a lot to do.
But the dishes themselves, no problem for you?
To be honest, mate, I've been that concentrating on trying to get the chopping done. I haven't really looked at my dishes properly yet.
Is there any way you could enlist the help of the others if they finish?
Might need to.
Phil has a worried look on his face, John. He doesn't think he's going to get done in time. He's got a lot to do. Listen, I'm a rugby fan. I've followed Phil Vickery's career closely. John, he has often come unstuck in Ireland.
Boil, 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 please boil.
Her coddle simmering, Kirsty gets to work on her soda bread. Adding potato improves flavour and creates moisture.
I love making soda bread. I tell you, interesting, never made it with potato, and that will be fun to taste that. I always just make it with wholemeal flour, cut through the middle.
Kirsty seems to be well in charge of her dishes. My main worry is she often makes silly little mistakes. She needs to remain focused. There are no shortcuts. Let's hope she's learnt that.
For his fish dish to work, Nick must completely encase the salmon in potato.
I couldn't work out how to stick the potatoes to the fish, so I've come up with an idea just to bond it a little bit better, put a bit of butter in there and some flour, and hopefully they'll stick more.
Nick right now seems to be right outside his comfort zone.
He's got a salmon with straw potatoes that have to be wrapped around the salmon. He's got no focus point. He's never eaten it before. He's never seen it before.
He needs to focus today. He needs just to calm down a little bit. I know he can deliver.
Using the same technique as roulade, he wraps the potato-covered salmon in a damp cloth and chills in the fridge for 30 minutes.
Your final 40 minutes, guys. 40 minutes left. You're gonna have to work as a team, you really are.
With service approaching, Kirsty checks on her soda bread before starting on her black pudding potato salad.
That's your salad. Your coddle's done. That's ready to go, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, and then your other dish?
My soda breads are ready.
Your soda bread's done?
Yeah.
Fine, so you're almost there, aren't you?
Nick has managed to encase his salmon in a thick layer of potato.
He's going to just try and pan fry. Well, I don't know how he's going to pan fry through that thick potato and get that salmon cooked.
With time running out, Phil is only just starting the mash for his lamb potato cakes. The gratin is ready to go, but his lemon tart hasn't been started.
He is so behind. Kirsty is now doing the pastry for him. He is just not getting anything done.
So that's the lemon tart. How about the big one, the lamb cake?
The lamb cake's in process now.
Right, OK. Are you doing that at the same time as your lemon filling?
John's stepped in, is playing the piano for me.
You did get behind then, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, way behind.
Got way behind. You know you've got 30 minutes left, don't you?
Yes.
Ah! The sound of the tractors pulling up is the guys arriving for their lunch.
I'm expecting something different. Today is done a different way, and looking forward to it.
Oh, very hungry. I hope there's something nice in here.
You got 10 minutes, just 10 minutes.
I was a bit concerned because there's quite a thick layer, you see. So what I'm doing is I'm flash frying them, and then I'm going to get them all on a baking sheet, and then I'm going to blast them in the oven, you know, just 5 minutes before we go.
Honestly, guys, how far are we before we can serve lunch, do you reckon? Nick, how long?
5 minutes.
Kirsty, you're ready to go?
As soon as my eggs are boiled and I can cool them and cut them in half and lay them, I'm fine.
And Phil?
10.
10 minutes.
Well, 12.
12.
With the farmers waiting, Nick finishes off his champ. While Kirsty mixes potato into Phil's lemon tart filling.
We're always very punctual in Ireland.
That's true.
And the tummy's getting hungry.
That's true.
That's it.
That'll do me just now.
Yeah.
Sauce, ready to go. Mash is up. Yours is up. That's fine. Beans is up.
Ladies and gentlemen, time for lunch.
Good, good.
Some salad.
Nick is serving salmon wrapped in potato with a chive cream sauce and champ.
Salmon is very tasty. The sauce in the salmon is very tasty.
The champ was just a little bit on the wet side. Yeah, but it was lovely.
The potato casing around the fish is not crispy on the outside and it's not cooked all the way through.
You're supposed to have those bits of potato wrapped around little strips of salmon. He's ended up putting potato cover over both sides of the fish.
It's supposed to be a celebration of the potato, and the great thing on there is actually the sauce.
There you are.
Thank you. Potato and mince pies.
Yes, and one of those.
One of those?
Like an egg.
Thank you. The best thing you eat today.
Phil has cooked Durrus cheese and potato gratin. He's also made potato cake stuffed with minced lamb.
They're all enjoying the food. Everybody's quiet.
The cakes was gorgeous.
Potato gratin was cheesy and bacon was very tasty, like very nice and cheesy and that, like, you know, very tasty. Like, it's unusual, like, you know, never really had it before, but it was nice potato gratin.
Sticky potato on the outside, lovely and crispy, and then inside that well-flavoured, delicious lamb mince. Really nice.
And I really like the gratin as well. I mean, rich, tangy cheese with bits of bacon.
You want some bread?
Caudle, is it?
Dublin caudle. And you want sausage with it? Would you like some bread?
Yes, please.
Kirsty has made warm potato and Irish black pudding salad, potato soda bread, and Dublin coddle.
Well, I've tasted the coddle and it's lovely. The sausage and that is beautiful.
I'm very, very impressed. Can't believe potatoes can taste as well. It's very well done, very well cooked, I must say. And I think if a few of the Irish housewives got a lesson from your chefs, there'd be a lot more potatoes eaten in Ireland.
The soda bread is a complete revelation. That is yummy.
Well seasoned, well made, well cooked. Kirsty, good job.
This is the Dublin coddle. I really like that. Potatoes are falling apart, making the whole thing a nice wet mush. It's too sloppy for you, isn't it? Yeah, you see, that's your Southern Hemisphere taste buds.
No, it's the texture.
Yeah, that's right, sloppy and wet. It's lovely.
But the potato's almost completely disintegrating, so when you bite into it, it sort of disappears in your mouth, this sort of powdered weirdness.
It's not powdered weirdness, John. It's called thick and hearty. A bit like me and you. I'm hearty.
That's not right.
With the main served, the farmers return for pudding.
What's this then?
It's chocolate potato cake.
Nick is serving chocolate and hazelnut potato cake. Phil and Kirsty, a baked lemon tart.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, can I have a little bit of water, please?
Oh, yes.
I can.
There's loads. What can I get you?
Here we are. Sure, we'll have a bit of everything.
All right, thank you.
Oh, mate, it's not that slow. We did it.
We did it.
I had the potato chocolate cake and I thought it was lovely. The hazelnuts were lovely in it, and it kind of a taste of ginger maybe in it, but it was absolutely beautiful.
The lemon filling was very nice. The pastry, I thought maybe a little bit heavy, you know. I'd like to see a bit more crispier. It tasted very nice.
It's sweet and it's chocolate and it's hazelnut and there's a little bit of nutmeg in there as well. But it's really moist. It's really moist. Really, really quite delicious, that is.
But the underlying flavour is all that cinnamon and nutmeg in the base of the cake, so it's quite spicy with a chocolate creamy top.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's very good. Very good. Now Phil's lemon tart.
Well, that's good. I didn't think that would set.
The whole thing, because that pastry is quite thick, it's a bit floury in my mouth.
It's the texture, isn't it? The texture is just unusual. But the flavour is like a mild lemon custard tart. He's done all right, but, well...
He needed help.
He needed help.
That tart hadn't even been started with 30 minutes to go. I can't believe it's actually done.
Hello, empty plate.
We must compliment you on the quality of the food that was produced today. Everything from A to Z was fabulous. You've done a very good job on potato dishes. You've opened our eyes today, and the best of luck to you in the future.
Oh, thank you very much.
I never knew you could put potatoes in desserts, which is something that was a first for me today. So yeah, very versatile is the potato.
Lots of pressure. At one point, it was very, very frantic. But I think we pulled it off. Okay.
I hope I performed because I think it's really important because, you know, there's a kind of false sense of security that just because you're not out, you think, oh, I'll be fine then, but you'll not be fine because every single challenge means you have to raise your game a little higher.
Today for Hour 3, down on the farm and cooking for farm workers. Tomorrow, a different story altogether.
Dublin is synonymous with such prominent literary figures as George Bernard Shaw, Samuel Beckett, Oscar Wilde, and James Joyce. It's a place that inspires individual expression, imagination, and creativity. To celebrate this, the finalists are travelling to Farmley. Originally home to the Guinness family, it was where President Obama and the Queen both stayed during their recent state visits.
Welcome. Ireland is famous for many things, but its literary tradition is fabled. You today are preparing lunch for 5 of Ireland's leading contemporary writers.
This is your chance to truly impress. Good luck.
The celebrities have devised their own menus and have just 3 hours before lunch is served. For his starter, Phil is making fresh crab with micro salad.
Phil needs to step it up now, John. I mean, he didn't have a great day yesterday, but his timings went awry.
Conscious, I've just got a lot of chopping to do, and you know what I'm like with chopping.
Phil, your first course sounds really sort of intricate.
It's a pretty simple dish, lots of flavours. Got to come together, not overdo it, but I want the crab to do the talking at the end of the day, and I want it to look pretty on the plate.
But you say it's a simple dish. It's got about 35 different ingredients running through it. It's actually quite complex. You're doing little brie with bits of basil through the middle of them. My concern is when it comes to service time, all these intricate parts getting onto that plate.
Yeah, it's a good concern.
Nick's main is lamb Wellington, served with a selection of spring vegetables.
Today, Nick has got lamb with pastry surrounding it that he's got to cook perfectly. Yesterday, he had fish with potato surrounding it, which he didn't pull off. He's got to get it right in here today.
He has got a strange combination of ingredients. There is a sauce made with vermouth, mixed with a chicken mousse, stuffed inside with that lamb and the pastry around the outside. If he pulls that off, it will be absolutely brilliant.
When I go wrong is just I flap a little bit, but I forget I'm going to try today to make sure everything's prepped, everything's ready, and then hopefully it'll all be ready to go. I'm sure there'll be some problems along the way.
For dessert, Kirsty has chosen to make a raspberry trio of sorbet, madeleines and creme brulee.
She's really set herself some work. I'm not sure she can pull it off. If she does, John, I reckon she may have made a step towards the MasterChef title.
So, sorbet, lemon juice.
I'm more worried about you than anybody else. With all 3 of yours, you don't know whether it's going OK until you pull it either out of the machine, out of the fridge, or out of the oven. And by that time, you're up the creek without a poodle.
Nothing I can do about it. I've chosen to do something that is all towards the final moment.
You're going for it, honey, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. This is a big day.
Once again, Phil has a huge amount of prep, starting with cooking and dressing 10 crabs.
Just getting the white crab meat out the claws, but what I don't want to do is just smash it up and have like a, you know when you buy crab meat in a packet, it's just all like a pulp. You know, you want to try and keep some nice big chunks so people really know and can see that it's fresh crab and you've taken the time to, you know, get it out properly. That's the perfect one. That's 1 out of 20. Well done, Phil.
Phil kicks off starters And two worries. One is that he's absolutely made sure he's cleaned and got all the shell and cartilage out of that crab. And secondly, that he's left enough time for the presentation.
To decorate his dish, Phil will also be making feuille de brique biscuits, whole basil leaves baked between two pieces of translucent phyllo pastry.
1 hour and 15 minutes for your first course for lunch.
Nick starts with his Wellington filling. To make the mousse light, he passes the chicken through a sieve before blending it with vermouth, mint, egg whites and cream.
Vermouth, chicken mousse, lamb, pastry. How does that come together?
Well, I've tried it out and I think, you know, I think it's all right.
And what's the most dangerous part of this dish, do you think?
It's the timing in the chicken mousse. I don't want it to overtake all the pastry and hopefully not go too soggy. That's my main worry. So
Soggy Wellington.
Soggy Wellington's not good.
No. The lamb Wellington, if it goes soggy because that chicken mousse doesn't set properly, it's not going to be a very nice dish at all. We're going to end up with chicken soup wrapped around lamb with pastry bits on top of that.
Oh, man.
1 hour and then we serve.
I've still got to do loads. I've got to do all my phyllo pastry, lay them all out, get them in the oven, get them cooking, then I've got to do all my veg. I've still got my sauce to do. Thought I had loads of time and then it just creeps up on you, doesn't it? And suddenly you're in a bit of trouble. So, yeah.
Sorbet churning, Kirsty makes the mixture for her creme brulee.
So you start at 26.
For Kirsty, it's all about the preparation and fingers crossed that everything will work. The sorbet sets, the creme brulee sets, and those madeleines come out absolutely beautiful.
Not one thing that could trip her up, not two things, three things, John. So risky, so risky.
12 o'clock.
Today's lunch is being hosted by Jane Olga, the director of Dublin UNESCO City of Literature. Her guests are 5 Irish writers who between them have sold millions of books worldwide. Kathy Kelly, #1 best-selling author of female fiction. John Connolly, internationally acclaimed crime writer. Owen Colfer, a New York Times best-selling author of teen literature. Sinead Moriarty, author of 7 novels selling over 16 million books worldwide. And John Boyne, celebrated author of The Boy in the Striped Pyjamas.
So you all know your guests have just arrived. That means 30 minutes to lunch.
Half an hour to go. You on schedule?
Yep.
Remember you said 20 minutes to plate up, so is anything still cooking or?
No.
So we're now ready to...
Just last bits of prep ready for salt plate.
No shell in the crab?
So the shell in that crab, mate, you can stab me.
Really?
Yeah.
With his lamb loin seared, Nick adds the chilled chicken mousse.
This is the famous mousse. Set enough? Yeah. Each of them have got to be done like that, then wrapped up and whoa. Then you want 20 minutes, yeah, in the oven?
25.
25.
25, yeah. Oh, Nicholas, come on, mate. Grip.
Across the kitchen, Kirsty checks on her creme brulees.
I mean, they're okay because they look lovely when they're with the tops on, but they're not.
They're not curdled, though, are they?
Not as far as I know. I've got a spare, which I'm just about to go and look at.
Take your spear out and just have a look and see what the texture's like inside.
The brulee has curdled.
Well, yeah, it's up to you. I think you're risking it. Get those in the fridge, and then if you want to make another batch, you can. You got enough time to do that?
I don't know. I'm just going to check. I'm not sure enough about them being any good to leave it like this, and it's worth doing it properly.
She's making another batch, which is tight, very, very tight indeed. I mean, where's she going to be? That is the centrepiece of her dessert.
Excuse me, please, ladies and gentlemen. If you would like to make your way to the dining room, please. Lunch is about to be served.
Brick biscuits and micro salad. Micro salad sounds like just a leaf of rocket.
I think a lot of pressure is on for good crab because I'm from Wexford town, which is a seaside town. My dad's a fisherman. One thing we do know about is crab.
Pressure is on because, you know, we want to get off to a good start, don't we?
5 minutes, Phil, please. All right? They're waiting now. 5 minutes.
Service. Could you make sure you present the plates as like that, yeah, please? That's right, thank you. Okay, thank you. I'm really pleased. I just hope they enjoy it, but then I can't control that. I've tasted and hopefully I've done enough. But yeah, I'm really pleased.
Phil has made a micro-leaf salad of fresh white crab topped with a brown crab and Tabasco dressing, served with feuille de brique biscuits, crispy pancetta and green herb dressing.
It's a wonderful smell. It smells fantastic.
It's absolutely fantastic. It's, you know, there's a hint of spice in there with the little chilies, and then there's that lovely peppery spiciness from the little micro leaves. So peppery and hot, fabulous.
There are a lot of strong flavours in there, but none of them are overpowering, and especially none of them overpower the crab, which is the important thing.
I think these are just a joy to even look at, not to mind eat. It's the most delicate, beautiful thing I've ever seen. And the pancetta is lovely. It's a lovely kind of compliment to the crab. And all in all, I would say fantastic.
Good afternoon.
Everybody really enjoyed the starter. We love the flavours. They all really mix together nicely. As a person who knows something about shellfish, I was really impressed, so congratulations. Thank you.
I was absolutely chuffed with the dish, chuffed with how it panned out, and I think everyone's plate was clean, so that's always a good sign. It couldn't have been that bad.
Back in the kitchen, Kirsty gets her second batch of creme brulees in the oven.
Right.
but she is now behind with her madeleines. But the pressure is now all on Nick.
Nick, you've got 10 minutes left.
Okay.
So is this it now? Final touches?
Yeah.
Good lad. Good done?
Done.
Well done, you. Plates over to the past.
There you go, gents. Thank you.
Nick has made lamb Wellington with a chicken vermouth and mint mousse, served with a selection of spring vegetables and red wine reduction.
The lamb, I'd have to say it's a lamb's a little bit overdone, that it's a bit of a tough call to cut.
And it must be so difficult to time it in the pastry as well. That must
Yeah.
be really
Yes, and
a
you know
nightmare.
what it's going to look like
yeah,
on the inside.
that must be a nightmare.
The pastry was lovely. There was some kind of sauce inside the pastry, which was lovely. The jus was fantastic. And I really loved the asparagus, but I thought the lamb was not cooked properly.
Hi there. All right.
It was so beautifully presented and a lovely idea. I love anything en croûte, and the jus was beautiful. Pastry, I could eat that pastry all day. I think the lamb was a little tough. I can see the difficulty when you have it en croûte because you can't tell.
Yeah, that was my worry as well. I wanted it a little bit redder, but once it's done, innit? But anyway, thank you ever so much. Thank you very much. Thank you. See you later.
Raspberry plate sounds very straightforward, so I'm interested to know what they're actually going to do with the raspberries. Is it raspberries on a plate, or will it be something more fancy? I'm assuming it will.
Right. Young lady, is that set?
Yes.
Right, so we've got 7 brulees. You've got to plate all these up yet, you know, and I reckon you've got just over 10 minutes. Get yourself organised, and no one's been late yet.
Okay.
All right, don't buck the trend.
Right. You know, it was nearly a catastrophe.
Kirsty, it's time to serve.
Thank you very much.
Let's go.
I love baking, so doing the madeleines was fantastic. I love making sorbets, and I thought I loved making creme brulees, but I don't love making creme brulees anymore. At the moment, I'm off creme brulee.
Kirsty has made raspberry and mûre sorbet, madeleines sprinkled with raspberry dust, and raspberry creme brulee.
It looks fantastic. I mean, on the menu it said it was a raspberry plate, which I don't think is a very good description of something that it looks very exciting and very tasty.
The sorbet was amazing, just so tangy, and I love the little madeleines. The creme brulee is gorgeous, but it's sort of split a bit.
The presentation is gorgeous, very simple but very colourful. You know, lovely contrast of colours. The madeleines are gorgeous and they have a little dusting of kind of raspberry on them, which is so delicious. Yes, the creme brulee is a bit soggy in the middle, which is unfortunate, but it does taste delicious. So if you close your eyes, you're having a good dessert.
Hello.
Is this scary?
Very scary. So, what did you make of it?
I thought this was a really ambitious dessert, actually. It looked wonderful on the plate. There were some things that were absolutely fantastic. These madeleines are particularly wonderful. They are certainly the best I've ever tasted. They're absolutely fantastic. The creme brulee, slightly soggy, seemed to have separated a little bit. But altogether, certainly my favourite dish of the evening. I thought it was absolutely lovely.
Thank you very much. I'm not saying it was victory from the jaws of defeat, but I got there. They liked it. They liked it, and they loved the madeleines. And so that's great, because I really like to do good madeleines.
Our finalists have now seen both ends of the culinary world here in Ireland, and they've equipped themselves very well.
Phil today did himself proud. He made that crab salad and it was stunning. Everything was done with absolute precision. That guy is getting better and better.
Hopefully I've shown John and Greg that, you know, that I really want this and, you know, I'm serious about what I do.
Nick huffed a bit and he puffed a bit, and actually, not a bad dish. I like the chicken mousse with a little bit of vermouth, but lamb too tough. It was the execution of the dish today that went a bit awry.
Oh, you know, I want to really do well now. I want to do well because I want to win. We all want to win. Yeah, no mistakes. Just get your head down, make lovely food, and win MasterChef.
We talk about the contestants pushing themselves. Kirsty really pushed herself. Maybe she pushed herself a little bit too far because she had such a technically challenging dish to perform, but she didn't manage to pull it off. I mean, only inches away, but those inches are the difference between good and brilliant.
I think the competition is incredibly hot as it is. I think it's practically a boiling point. So may the best person win, but it's just been such fun.
So there we are, 3 great cooks, but still, in my mind, all to play for.
There's only one more test before the final, John. The final that will decide our Celebrity MasterChef winner.
Tomorrow, the 3 finalists face their ultimate challenge.
Okay, big moment. Let's step up.
The chef's table.
How intense is it going to get?
That intense.
Hot, 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 hot. We have thrown a spanner, a firework, and a Molotov cocktail into that kitchen, and it is no longer a calm place.
Get off me! You won the World Cup. This is easy. Oh, Nicholas, come on, mate.
I think these are just a joy to even look at, not to mind eat.
You know, it was nearly a catastrophe.